Ms. Angie. Today I'm just going to be asking you a few questions about sexism. So first of all, what do you think is workplace sexism?
I think workplace sexism is when there's preferential treatment for a certain sex or gender, and I think that is primarily witnessed in corporations where males are given advantages that females are not necessarily they don't have access to, and it's all kind of kept very hush hush and private and secret, and it's only known about when people just start speaking up about what's going on.
Yeah, okay. And what are the forms of domestic violence against women?
Forms of domestic violence, they actually vary greatly. Of course, there is physical violence against women, where they're being punched, hit, slapped, whatever it may be, things thrown at them. But I think another form of domestic violence that is not necessarily taken into consideration, or there isn't a lot of focus on, is verbal abuse. That is very commonly spread here in Egypt, especially if you speak to someone in the lower or middle class, where let's say the woman, she's the one who's kind of working to make sure the household is all good, but then the males are sitting in cafes, wandering in the streets, and if something isn't done as he thinks it should be, then he just insults her. Yeah, it's as simple as insulting her, telling her that she's not a fit mother, that she doesn't do XYZ properly, and this is definitely the most common domestic violence that I see, and I see it out on the streets. When there's a family walking together, if she does something that he thinks is out of line, even though it's not, it's just verbal abuse all the way.
And what do you think, what is a good solution? What could be done? A policy, some kind of campaign that could be developed to end this type of violence, or all types of violence against women?
Well, I think the main reason that there hasn't been much progress in this area is because women don't feel safe reporting this sort of crime, and this kind of also goes back to the lack of implementation of policies, because there are certain policies in place in terms of making sure that the women get their rights when it comes to that aspect, but the government does not have the correct policies to make sure that women are comfortable or are even replaced in a safe environment for them to feel like they can continue on with their lives without being bombarded by this sort of treatment. So I think it just goes back to making sure that there is safety and that women actually have some sort of resort housing to basically go back to until they can have a stable life that they can proceed with.
That actually sounds really good. Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Angie.